Silence, all stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Molly Elizabeth Allen.
May it please the court, I move that Molly Elizabeth Allen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Molly Elizabeth Allen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jennifer Gabrielle Andrade.
May it please the court, I move that Jennifer Gabrielle Andrade be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jennifer Gabrielle Andrade be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Stephanie Ayomida Olawabukola Bambus.
May it please the court, I move that Stephanie Ayomida Olawabukola Bambus be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Stephanie Ayomida Olawabukula Bamgoose be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joshua John Bannister.
May it please the court, I move that Joshua John Bannister be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Joshua John Bannister be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ashley Allen Bell.
May it please the court, I move that my partner, Ashley Allen Bell, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ashley Allen Bell be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Natalie Ann Boyko.
May it please the court, I move that Natalie Ann Boyko be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Natalie Ann Boyko be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
William Miles Carrio.
May it please the court, I move that William Miles Carrio be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let William Miles Carrier be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lyndall Marie Cass.
May it please the court, I move that Lyndall Marie Cass be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lyndall Marie Cass be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chloe Celeste Delphs.
May it please the court, I move that Chloe Celeste Delphs be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chloe Celeste Delphs be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Suhaira Diab.
May it please the court, I move that Suhaira Diab be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Suhaira Diab be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Summer Lee Dick.
May it please the court, I move that Summer Lee Dick be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Summer Lee Dick be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kayla Masara Dowman.
May it please the court, I move that Kayla Masara Dowman be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kayla Masara Dowman be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Samuel Caleb Dunn.
May it please the court, I move that Samuel Caleb Dunn be admitted as a lawyer to this honourable court.
Let Samuel Caleb Dunn be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Yanni Alexander Economou.
May it please the court, I move that Yanni Alexander Economou be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Yanni Alexander Economou be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rooney Jane Foster Latham.
May it please the court, I move that Rooney Jane Forster Latham be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rooney Jane Forster Latham be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Thomas Jack Gilbert.
May it please the court, I move that Thomas Jack Gilbert be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Thomas Jack Gilbert be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ashley Rose Madeline Graham.
May it please the court, I move that Ashley Rose Madeline Graham be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ashley Rose Madeline Graham be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wen Gu.
May it please the court, I move that Wen Gu be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Wen Gu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Shohan Hossain.
May it please the court, I move that Shohun Hussain be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Shohun Hussain be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mark Gordon Jones.
May it please the court, I move that Mark Gordon Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mark Gordon Jones be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Soo Kyung Jung.
May it please the court, I move that Soo Kyung Jung be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Soo Kyung Jung be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Isabella Kate Knowles.
May it please the court, I move that Isabella Kate Knowles be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Isabella Kate Knowles be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Anna Sophia Collett.
May it please the court, I move that Anna Sophia Collett be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Anna Sophia Collett be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brian Yan Nai Lam.
May it please the court, I move that Brian Yang Nai Lam be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Brian Yang Nai Lam be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kit Hoi Lee.
May it please the court, I move that Kit Hoi Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kit Hoi Lee be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Irene Rulin Ma.
May it please the court, I move that Irene Rulin Ma be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Irene Rulin Ma be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joy Maloof.
May it please the court, I move that Joy Maloof be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Joy Maloof be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Patrick Christopher Martin.
May it please the court, I move that Patrick Christopher Martin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Patrick Christopher Martin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Davina Adele Maurice.
May it please the court, I move that Davina Adele Maurice be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Davina Adele Maurice be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Harriet Rebecca McLean.
May it please the court, I move that Harriet Rebecca McLean be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Harriet Rebecca McLean be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kristen Michelle Mahala Reyes.
May it please the court, I move that Kristen Michelle Hilarious be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kristen Michelle Hilarious be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tayaba Musani.
May it please the court, I move that Tayaba Musani be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tayaba Masani be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Christopher James Muller.
May it please the court, I move that Christopher James Muller be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Christopher James Muller be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Aidan Jude Bryce Nain.
May it please the court, I move that Aidan Jude Bryce Nain be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Aidan Jude Bryce Nain be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jesse George Nicolatatis.
May it please the court, I move that my nephew Jesse George Nicolatatis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jesse George Nicolatatis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Andreas Pappas.
May it please the court, I move that Andreas Pappas be admitted as a lawyer to this honourable court.
Let Andreas Pappas be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Omaima Parak.
May it please the court, I move that Emma Parak be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Umuma Parak be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mia Grace Parks.
May it please the court, I move that Mia Grace Parks be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mia Grace Parks be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Caitlin Elizabeth Pawley.
May it please the court, I move that Caitlin Elizabeth Pawley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Caitlin Elizabeth Pawley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Brendan Andrew Curtis Peach.
May it please the court, I move that Brendan Andrew Curtis Peach be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Brendan Andrew Curtis Peach be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Katia Rose Lavinia Pieri Boni.
May it please the court, I move that Cardia Rose Lavina Periboni be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Katia Rose Lavinia Periboni be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Renee Alice Rabbits.
May it please the court, I move that Renee Alice Rabbits be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Renee Alice Rabbits be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Theodora Elena Rami.
May it please the court, I move that Theodora Elena Rami be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Theodora Elena Rami be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tristan Carl Salon Nitro.
May it please the court, I move that Tristan Carl Salanitro be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tristan Carl Salanitro be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Thomas David Sands.
May it please the court, I move that Thomas David Sands be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Thomas David Sands be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Bradley Daniel Schmidt.
May it please the court, I move that Bradley Daniel Schmidt be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Bradley Daniel Schmidt be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sophie Eliza Semler.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Sophia Eliza Semler, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sophia Eliza Semler be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Elizabeth Rebecca Shorrock.
May it please the court, I move that Elizabeth Rebecca Shorrock be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Elizabeth Rebecca Shorrock be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sahana Shireen Savathis.
May it please the court, I move that Sahana Shireen Savathis be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sahana Shireen Savathis be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Emily Jane Slocum.
May it please the court, I move that Emily Jane Slocum be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Emily Jane Slocum be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Zara Oni Smith.
May it please the court, I move that Zara Oni Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Zara Oni Smith be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lily Kate Summer.
May it please the court, I move that Lily Kate Summer be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lily Kate Summer be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Abby Elizabeth Stewart.
May it please the court, I move that Abby Elizabeth Stewart be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Abby Elizabeth Stewart be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jordan Strezov.
May it please the court, I move that Jordan Strezov be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jordan Strezov be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cornelius Yitfu Tien.
May it please the court, I move that Cornelius Yitfu Tien be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Cornelius Yitfu Tien be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Anne-Marie Varelis.
May it please the court, I move that Anne-Marie Varelas be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Anne-Marie Varelas be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Alice Jane Whittlesey.
May it please the court, I move that Alice Jane Whittlesey be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Alice Jane Whittlesey be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jacqueline Leanne Wilson.
May it please the court, I move that Jacqueline Leanne Wilson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jacqueline Leanne Wilson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kwong Yan Wong.
May it please the court, I move that Kwong Yan Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kwong Yan Wong be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Matthew Jia Wu Yu Wu.
May it please the court, I move that my brother, Matthew Jia Yu Wu, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Matthew Jia Yu Wu be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Quinny Yuan.
May it please the court, I move that Quinny Yuan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Quinny Yuan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Clara Zechevich.
May it please the court, I move that Clara Zechevich be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Clara Zechevich be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Layla Isabel Zreka.
May it please the court, I move that my wife, Layla Isabel Zreka, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Layla Isabel Zreka be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those whose admission has just been moved to, when and as directed, stand for the purposes of making an oath or swearing an oath or making an affirmation. So please stand as directed by Ms. Plater.
Could rows 1 and 2 on my right please stand? Molly Elizabeth Allen. Jennifer Gabrielle Andrade. Stephanie Ayamida Olawabukola Bamboos. Joshua John Bannister. Ashley Allen Bell. Natalie Ann Boyko. William Miles Carrio. Lyndall Marie Cass. Chloe Celeste Delphs. Sahara Diab. Summer Lee Dick. Kayla Masara Dowman. Samuel Caleb Dunn. Yanni Alexander Economou. Rooney Jane Foster Latham. And Thomas Jack Gilbert. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability. Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
I do.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Ashley Rose Madeline Graham, Wen Gu. Shohun Hussain, Mark Gordon Jones, Soo Kyung Shung, Isabella Kate Knowles, Anna Sophia Colliff, Brian Yan Nai Lam, Kit Hoy Lee, Irene Ruolin Ma, Joy Maloof, Patrick Christopher Martin, Davina Adele Maurice, Harriet Rebecca McLean, Kristen Michelle Mahala Arias, Tuyaba Musani, Christopher James Muller, Aidan Jude Bryce Nain, Jesse George Nicolatatis, Andreas Pappas, Omiyama Parak. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down. And could the row in front of me please stand? Mia Grace Parks, Caitlin Elizabeth Pawley, Brendan Andrew Curtis Peach, Katia Rose Lavinia Pierre Bonny, Renee Alice Rabbits, Theodora Elena Rami, Tristan Carl Salanitro, Thomas David Sands, Bradley Daniel Schmidt, Sophia Eliza Semler, Elizabeth Rebecca Shorrock, Sahana Shireen Sivathas, Emily Jane Slocum, and Zara Oni Smith. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Please say, "So help me God," or "I do." Thank you. Please sit down. And could the 2 rows on my left please stand? Lily Kate Sommer, Abby Elizabeth Stewart, Jordan Strezov, Cornelius Yitfu Tien, Anne-Marie Varellis, Alice Jane Whittlesey, Jacqueline Leanne Wilson, Kwong Yan Wong, Matthew Jia Yu Wu, Quinny Yuan, Clara Zechevich, and Layla Isabel Zraka. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? I do. Thank you. Please sit down.
Well, may I warmly welcome you all to this, the Banco Court, the ceremonial court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench today, to my right, Her Honour Justice Ward, the President of the Court of Appeal. To my left, Justice Gleeson, a Judge of Appeal. And to Justice Ward's right, Justice Price, an Acting Justice of Appeal and formerly Chief Judge of the District Court of New South Wales. Together we constitute the bench, the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice this morning. This court rests on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years, and the court pays its sincere respects to elders, past and present, and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Well, to all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one of great celebration we up here on the bench know how hard you all worked to reach this important milestone. I'm also very pleased to welcome those with you today or watching on the live stream. For many of you, the support of your family and friends will have been invaluable on the journey thus far. For many of them, the endurance of your finely polished or developing skills of argument and persuasion may now be at an end, or maybe not. But whatever be the case, I'm sure that they are all immensely proud of you, and I encourage you to take time to thank them today. Depending on how good an advocate you are, you might even convince them to shout you to a civilised lunch or dinner to celebrate the occasion. In being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession with the custom of advocates swearing an oath on admission to practice dating back to the 12th century, and this court first admitted lawyers in 1824. In May this year, the court to which you have just been admitted celebrated its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing courts in the world. That is something of which we, and I hope now you, are immensely proud. Please take time to view the history wall outside the court, the photographs of our bicentennial sitting, and the new Supreme Court gallery also outside to get a taste of our rich history. You're also a very fortunate cohort. After this ceremony, when you move to the lobby of the court to sign the roll and receive your certificate of admission, you'll also be presented with a copy of the court's recently published bicentenary history entitled Constant Guardian Changing Times, a history of the Supreme Court of New South Wales 1824 to 2024, as a memento of your admission in this bicentennial year. I do hope that you take time to read and enjoy it. It's only about 400 pages long. There are plenty of pictures. You don't have to do it in one sitting. It has, though, a wealth of fascinating information in it about the court of which you have each just become an officer. In celebrating the court's bicentenary, we have also celebrated 200 years of the rule of law in New South Wales, about which I'll say a little more shortly. This ceremony is attended by unique but important formalities, including the fact that your admission has been moved by someone who is already a member of the legal profession, and that you have each made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers and before senior judges of the court. They and we are all therefore witnesses to the serious promises and undertakings you have made this morning. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or the affirmation you have just made is a serious one and deserves solemn regard. So whether you go on to work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, a Crown Law Office, the Aboriginal Legal Service for legal aid, or a government department or agency, or indeed in an entirely different field, you should always be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and you must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Admission to practice is a privilege, not a right. You will see from some of the portraits of former Chief Justices adorning the walls of this court that we up here on the bench are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. You may be wondering why, after 200 years, we still wear these robes on ceremonial occasions. I can tell you it's not because they are particularly comfortable. They're not. But we do so for important symbolic reasons. They serve to highlight the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although importantly, the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. Almost 45% of all judicial officers in New South Wales are now female. There are now also over 600 women barristers, including the President of the New South Wales Bar Association, and women make up more than 2/3 of solicitors under the age of 35. That is a radical change from the time we commenced practice, which we like to think was not so long ago. It has been an extremely salutary change. As to continuity of the rule of law, in a world in which there is so much uncertainty and insecurity, the rule of law is more important than ever, and not simply an academic construct or a phrase of some mere theoretical import. At its simplest, the rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. In a speech delivered in 2018, Lord Hodge of the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom aptly described the rule of law as a, quote, bastion against those who would use chaos as a ladder, unquote. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, the life of the law is dynamic. Not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. The pandemic prompted a radical shift in the use of technology in our courtrooms, and the advent of artificial intelligence brings with it both opportunities and challenges with which the legal profession and the courts are and will continue to engage. But while the increased use of technology offers a number of advantages, it is my firm view that the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, perform under pressure, and deal with each other. An individual who is in need of your services as a lawyer will in many cases be an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, property, personal well-being, health or financial position. There is therefore a need to deliver legal services not only competently but always with courtesy, with integrity and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter. That requires a human being with emotional and not artificial intelligence. The need for human engagement by lawyers with those needing legal assistance is also a powerful reason why there should be strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our cosmopolitan community. That very much includes Indigenous lawyers. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can, and feel that they can, be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system reflective of our broader community and a judiciary educated in and sensitive to the many different cultural strands which contribute to the fabric of our society. The admission ceremonies in which I have sat over the last 6 years, including this ceremony, highlight that there is far greater diversity of background among junior lawyers than when I commenced practice. That's a very good thing, and leaders of the profession and of the courts are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity. That in turn builds trust in and respect for not only the judiciary and the legal profession, but ultimately for the rule of law. So now let me offer a little bit of professional and personal advice this Friday morning. As a lawyer, you will often need to make difficult ethical decisions. You must use the tools you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and to the administration of justice. At various points of your career, you'll make mistakes, some minor, some more serious. We all make mistakes from time to time if we are honest with ourselves. When you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means that you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those errors. One mistake which I like to advise young lawyers not to fall into the trap of making is the mistake of giving your clients the advice you think that they want to hear. I can tell you now that that will not be good advice, and they will not welcome it in the long run when the true picture emerges. Your duty and your responsibility is to be independent and candid in advising your clients, even if the news is not good. Aspects of the law, especially if you are involved in the litigation side of practice, are confrontational. The practice of the law is stressful and demanding enough, however, without personal animus and antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, as regrettably it sometimes does. It is essential that you strive to maintain your detachment, balance and good humour when dealing with your colleagues, including those with whom you negotiate or against whom you litigate, remembering at all times that you are now members of a profession and not a business. Another thing you should remember is that the best advocates can and do make their point simply and succinctly. Often, less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and judges could also use that reminder from time to time. I don't exclude myself entirely from that observation. For a non-lawyer, law is often incomprehensible. One of your roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others, So strive to be clear and concise at all times, both in what you write and how you speak to your clients. To do so facilitates access to justice. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are also both extremely important. There may, and I dare say will be, times when you feel overwhelmed, burnt out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. That's often because well-motivated lawyers want to go the extra mile. They want to make sure the brief is fully prepared, the advice is comprehensive, all the research has been done. And so they're very committed, which is honourable and admirable, but it can at times become physically and mentally taxing. So you must work hard to keep your balance and keep an eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it all, as frankly we all have and still do from time to time, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. Also remember that the law is a highly collegiate profession. In this context, I'm now going to call on two young representatives, one from the New South Wales Bar and one from the Law Society of New South Wales, to say a few words by way of welcome. Ms. Liu, do you move?
May it please the Court. My name is Winnie Liu, and I have been practising for 3.5 years at the Bar, predominantly in commercial law and public law. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops to adapt to new practices and technologies, and importantly to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed better to reflect the community. The Bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. It has been an honour for me to be an officer of the court, first as a solicitor and now a barrister. I am proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual rigour of my job. It allows me to engage with complex questions of law that directly affect the people I represent in court. I immigrated to Australia at the age of 7. I didn't speak the language, and it took time for me to understand the culture and fit in. No one else in my family is a lawyer. Notwithstanding this, I studied law and entered a profession that values diversity and rewards hard work. If you are interested in coming to the Bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website, and each year there is a Career at the Bar open day. In your first year of practice as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority, who meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not limited to those 2 barristers. The Bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, which organises social and educational functions for 0 to 5-year barristers like me, and a diversity and equality committee of which I am a member, which promote one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, to attract the best people to become barristers regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexual orientation. Whether as a lawyer or barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this honourable court. May it please the court.
Thank you. Ms. Adrianopoulos of the Law Society of New South Wales, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Andrianne Andrianopoulos, and not so long ago, I stood where you are standing today. And what a day it is. You are here being admitted to the Supreme Court role as the final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud of what you have achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. It was not always easy. Often it was overwhelming. But as I stand here today after 10 years of working as a solicitor, having first been admitted as a solicitor in England and Wales, I can tell you I have learned a thing or two. One of the most important things I have learned is the importance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community, and one to which you now belong. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with our 30,000 members flung far and wide across the state. We are bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and uphold the rule of law. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I've been a part of the Law Society of New South Wales for 4 years since being admitted as a solicitor in New South Wales. I have found friendship, inspiration, guidance and support when I needed it most, as well as opportunities to advocate and join committees. By joining the Law Society and New South Wales Young Lawyers, you'll gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. We encourage you to check out the Law Society website for upcoming events such as our flagship Welcome to the Profession event, which provides you with an opportunity to celebrate this significant achievement alongside your peers and other members of the profession, and learn more about your next steps as you commence your legal career. The role of the Law Society is to ensure that you, as a newly minted solicitor, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employer. We look forward to welcoming you into the Law Society community.
Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession. It's stimulating, challenging, and satisfying. And it's populated by intelligent, committed, and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, proud of your achievements to date, and proud of the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community, and you are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We up here on the bench wish you all the very best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. And on behalf of all of the judges of the Supreme Court, I once again congratulate you on your admission and welcome you to the legal profession. The court will now adjourn.
All stand. This honourable court is now adjourned.